Marov, Nangach Kusiriev, Nangach Markal, Nangach Fakritoan, Nangach Tiprot, Nangach Molat, Nangach Osius, Principal of the Rotuma High School, Major General Georgi Conrote, District Officer, Reverend Ematama Penne, the Chairman and Council members, Board of Governors, teachers, students, Nangach Atakwa, Noa E I was privileged to know Wilson Inia and his wife, Lisa Petty. I first met them in 1959 when I came here to do research on Rotuman culture for my doctoral thesis. I first met Wilson and Elsa Petty at my mamasa a few days after I arrived at Rotuma. It was Manea time, and they invited me to a picnic Wilson was going to lead to the island of Hatana. It was a wonderful adventure, even though I spilled some blood trying to cross the reef at Hatana. My feet were very tender, and I was unable to walk on the coral, so I tumbled to shore with a lot of coral cuts. Elisa Petty also spilled some blood getting to shore, so ever since, we said that we were blood brother and sister. I only had the opportunity to get to know Wilson during the 1 year I spent on Rotuma between 1959 and the end of 1960. But I came to the school often to find out what education was like on Rotuma. So I got to see Wilson quite often. I was unable to return to Rotuma until 1987, by which time he had passed away. But during that time, I came to admire him more than almost any person I had ever met. I admired him for the vision he had for Rotuma and the Rotuman people. I admired him as a dedicated headmaster and teacher, a hard and unselfish worker. I admired him for his leadership in the community. He took over leadership of the Rotuma Cooperative Association when he returned to Rotuma from teaching assignments in other parts of Fiji and made it the most successful in all of Fiji at the time, if not in all of the Pacific. He taught bookkeeping to adults in the evenings so that they would learn to manage money responsibly. He organized many projects in his home district of Malhaha to improve the quality of life of the people here, including making it possible for every home to have a storage tank for rainwater. I admired him for the commitment he had to the central values of Christianity, which he strove to live up to in his everyday life. I admired him for his honesty, his integrity, and his unselfishness. His was truly a life of service to Rotuma, to Fiji, and to God. For these reasons, I am very happy indeed that he is finally being honored by the high school and the people of Rotuma for his contributions. Wilson Inia was dedicated to providing students with the skills and knowledge they would need to succeed in the modern world, and he did a wonderful job of it. He and his wife, Elisa Petty, along with the other teachers who founded the high school, inspired their students to work hard and to place a high value on learning. They started Rotumans on a path of success in the modern world that continues until today. But at the same time, he recognized the value of traditional Rotuman knowledge and did not think that modern knowledge should replace the wisdom of his ancestors. He honored Rotuman custom and understood that the success of his students would depend as much on the foundation they had in their cultural heritage as in the values upheld by their mapinga, as by their mastery of mathematics, science, and the English language. I urge all the students present today to reflect on this and to take the time to learn from their mapinga all that they have to teach about Rotuman culture. Rotuma High School has a very proud tradition of achievement. A great many of the graduates of this institution have gone on to attain college degrees and have become doctors, lawyers, architects, business managers, and so on. Indeed, I think it is fair to say that Rotumans are among the most successful people in the world in adapting to modern culture wherever they encounter it. In Fiji, Australia, New Zealand, England, Canada, the United States, and elsewhere. This is a tribute to the dedication of the teachers here, who have done their utmost to make sure that their students are prepared for the challenges that will face them when they leave the island. Personally, I've never known a group of more dedicated teachers than those who grace this institution. I can remember a time when there were no computers, not even copy machines, so teachers would have to make copies by hand for each student in their classes. They did it without complaint because they were committed to do the best they could with whatever was at hand. And they did a wonderful job. For Rotuma High School students have consistently performed at the highest level on national exams. This, of course, is also a tribute to the hard work and dedication to education of the students at this high school, to their parents who have made their children's education a priority and have done everything to encourage it. To students, I have this to say. I hope that you are motivated to live up to the values and standards that Wilson Inia stood for when he founded this high school. I hope that you will take pride in your heritage and live up to It's a very proud heritage that deserves to be preserved and passed on to your children and your children's children. I hope that wherever you finally settle, you will never forget where you came from, and that you will want to contribute to the welfare of the Rotuman people, both here on the home island and abroad. And I wish all of you the best that life has to offer. May God continue to bless the Rotuman people always and everywhere. I would like to end by presenting a donation from Jan, myself, and the Inia family, Susanna, Betty, and Savea, and their families, to initiate the donations for the wonderful causes that this day represents.